I can get it through the sewing machine that way, rather than do one finger, sewing machine. One finger, sewing machine. If I can do like 3 fingers at once, I'm gonna do it. So, I'm gonna do every other finger right now. Oh no, shock, it's 2 days till our friendiversary, what? Apparently, like, this is the time, like, summer is apparently the time. We're all being friends now. I was wondering if anybody else was going to Anthrocon, because I would like to meet some people. Yeah. I'll be your horror buddy, good! I'm too scared of my own. Della, you love them, but you're a coward. Aww. I feel that too deeply. Alright, getting the thumb in the right spot is the one thing I'm worried about. So I'm just gonna, like, make sure that it's lined up proper before I stitch it on there. I can't tell you how many times I've had to undo things that I've stitched together just because I messed it up. Okay. So down here. Good, okay. Okay, I got this. I got this. I hope... Okay, I believe in myself now. I think I got it. That is so stressful, because I'm worried if I move it, like, I'll have to I hate the seam ripper. It just takes 18 years to unrip something, to get it off. Like, ugh. 2019 is when we met on Amino. Whew, that's something I haven't heard in a while. I haven't used Amino in so long. I should probably go on there and, like, change my profile to say, I'm not active anymore, but you can see me here. I should just do that for all my social medias, because I'm not active anywhere. Oh, Alonzo, you're so sweet. I do think I do very good work. At the very beginning, I had to have my prices super low just to get people to try trusting me, since when you're a brand new maker, people are scared to trust you if you don't have too many commissions under your belt yet. So I thought it was time to actually have my prices reflect my quality. So thank you so much. Huh? And plus, like, I just love your character. Your characters are so cute. I want to do all of your characters, actually. Every character you guys send me, like, photos of is just the cutest thing. Sad. We all just gave up on Amino. Alonzo, well, I got you here. Look what I bought. Oh god, it went down. I have cats. Although, I'm kind of scared of this one. I'm kind of scared. I don't like the stiletto that she's wearing, but I mean, it's kind of cringe, but also I like furs, so I'll give you guys my honest opinion on that afterward, after I watch it. Burn it with fire. Honestly, though, I'm kind of scared. Like, there's a huge difference. Like, this one, practical effects and costumes, they look good. Like, they look cool. You should see them in action. If you haven't seen this musical yet, you should look it up. You can find it on YouTube. It's a little chopped up, but you can see it on YouTube. But yeah, this other one, the stiletto is what gets me. I can't, like, and look at Jason Derulo down there. I'm just scared, okay? I'm very scared, but I do want to watch it. Most furries hated it. That's what I've heard. Cats animated is horrifying, right? I'm kind of scared. I don't like their chests, because it's just like, it's kind of like a chest puff, but it's like, they also kind of got like that shape, you know? But like, I mean, look at. They got that shape, but at the same time, I've seen screenshots of the main cat, Victoria, and like, it's kind of just round. I don't know what they're trying to do, but it shouldn't have been that. You couldn't pay me to do that. I'm gonna make you. I'm gonna put it on in the background behind Fel while he's playing games. He's gonna have to at least listen to it. The Barney movie VHS had a trailer for the stage version when you were a kid, and it gave you nightmares. What? That's interesting. I didn't even know there was a trailer for the original. That's good. I was wondering what your opinion would be on that, Alonzo. I saw Cats the musical when I was really little, like really little, and I actually have a VHS tape of it, but this one is interesting because it's got more camera angles. It keeps it fresh. Definitely very nice. Oh, this camera's out. Dang it! It's very interesting to look at because the VHS I have is cool too, but it's just like one very far back camera shot of the entire stage, and it's not very engaging. I mean, it's still interesting, but I really like what they did with this film adaptation. It's not really a film, but they've got different camera angles, and it's just very interesting. I would love to see it in person again. Anthro-Cats would have been better, right? What if they had to do this? I mean, they spent so much money on this. They should have just animated it 100%, and or did the costumes. Costumes is the main part. I mean, these costumes are cool. I mean, look at the back of this one. Okay, I'm so sorry about the reflection. But look at that costume. That's so cool. And I can understand why some people would be kind of freaked out by that, but I love it. I think it's awesome. You should see these guys moving and dancing. Let me fix this cam, please. Aw, 2 thumbs up from this Cats fanatic. Yeah, honestly, Alonzo, like, approved from Alonzo is good. Alonzo knows all about the Cats. How does one figure out what to change for art? Oh, what to charge for art? I've been going by how long it takes me to do it. And that's the main thing that made me realize, geez, I need to up my prices, because just working on Ren, 58 hours off stream, probably at least 20 to 25 on stream, and I did not charge enough money to make it even give me like $5 an hour. So, yeah, honestly, give yourself a decent amount, like, I don't know how much per hour, but not $5, a little bit more than that. And, plus, if you have supplies, I know, digital artists don't really have supplies, but they do a little bit, because you gotta pay for, tablets and such, so you can have a small edition fee on top of that for, you know, oh my gosh, did the camera go out again? Oh, no, it didn't. But yeah, I mostly just go by how long it takes. But geez, have you seen, okay, I was looking up other fursuit makers and their prices. Dear Lord, they like start at like 3,000 to 5,000. Oh! So I don't know, man. I mean, good for them, but that seems like a lot to me. I think they're just selling it based on their name brand, you know? Alright, so I'm just gonna stitch through each one of these fingers just once, and then I'm gonna take it off the sewing machine, hold it up to the pattern, and make sure it looks good before I, double, triple stitch it. Make me Furby! Okay, I'll do that. I would love to make one of you guys turn into a Furby. That would make me laugh. Oh, I gotta make you, cats from the movie. I'll make you a cat from the movie. I'll make you a Taylor Swift cat. 3 to 5K is average right now. It's so bad. I mean, I saw people charging like 1,500 for heads. Like, I started out charging 500, and now I'm only charging like 7 or 8. I don't remember what I decided on, but like, gee, I honestly think part of it is the brand and part of it is the quality, but most of it is brand. I think they could definitely sell it for less if they wanted to, but I still Still see no snack or drink redeem. Right? It's on my sticky note right here. I'm gonna look at that. I said I would yesterday, but then I forgot. Yeah, that sounds good. I want a snack redeem, actually. That sounds good. Oh, but then actually, I don't know if I can do a snack redeem. A snack redeem would have to have, something that I don't have to touch with my hands, because then I'd have to wash my hands every time I had a snack. Which would be fine, I guess, but it could get annoying fast for the viewers. That would be pretty funny, I think. Maybe I could just have, like, a Go-Gurt or something. Or if you've seen how I eat cereal, I could eat cereal. I eat cereal out of a bowl like a dog, and I don't have milk in it, so I just eat it. Living wage, minimum wage is $9. Interesting. Okay, so at least I guess that's a good goal to start. At least try to get minimum wage, which is depressing. Because I'll tell you, my entire fursuit making career, I have not gotten minimum wage. Okay, so let's see how these fingers look compared to the pattern and make sure that it's actually looking right. This is how I usually figure out if I use the wrong finger or something, because the finger is going completely the opposite direction. Oh, that's a funny name. What should I call you? Drunken Dwarf or Iron? Like Dwarf, I think that's funny. What is considered a popular furry brand? Honestly, I think, like... Oh, there's so many. There's so many. I think More for Less, and... Well, I used to think Don't Hug Cacti. And I think of, like, Beetle Cat, and... The really City Mutt, yeah, like the bigger names that you hear all the time. Like, if you ask somebody who made their first suit, it would probably be one of these few people. That's what I would say, but frankly, I can't remember everybody's names. I'm really bad with names. You've never known a crafter make minimum wage, you're a long way up. Right? What, you make crafts too? Oh, I gotta, Alright, I'm gonna flip it around this way. It would be nice for us all to make minimum wage, wouldn't it? Oh. Alright. I gotta keep resetting this over and over. Is this, okay, I was gonna say, is this even in the camera? Phil says, alright, you know the quest now, everyone. Get Clovercat Creations to highest brand level. And go! See, that would be great. One day, I want to be well-known, like Autumn Fallings, or one of the big suit makers, like, I want to be there. And one day, I hope I will. And you guys who have some of my suits now will be like, man, I had one of the first Clovercat suits. Whoa. Snack break redeem. I still could go for that. It'll have to. Maybe I can be Oreos. I can just like dump an Oreo in my face. You do full time. It's kind of sad. No! We crafters. We gotta stick together. We're all broke. I mean, they say you're not a true artist if you aren't starving, right? Honestly. Legitimately. Okay, so these fingers look like they're shaped the right way. Like, they're the right fingers, and they're in the right spots. So let's get these other pieces on there. This is number 1, and this is number 3. Yeah. Alright, well, we've almost got the one down. So I'm just gonna make one of these hand paws on stream, and the other one I'm gonna work on off stream so that we don't have to do this for 8 years. But... I mean, just like before, I am keeping tabs on how many hours I spend off stream. You don't need to say starving artist. The starving is implied. Oh my gosh. That's depressing, because it's true. But then, all I can say is I'm glad that there are people out there that are art lovers that are willing to support us and buy our art and, you know, share our art around. People that, like, really appreciate all the effort that goes into it, and they want to support us. They want to wear our costumes and own our art pieces. It's cool. It's cool when it works. Just finding your audience can be kind of hard if you're just starting out. That's the one thing that's kind of stressful. Okay. There we go. So we've got lay fingers. This is good. Progress! So I'm actually gonna throw the other hand paw pieces in the bucket for now, because I'm not gonna use them today. You're just gonna sit these over here. Whew. There is just fur everywhere. I'm gonna start choking on it any second. You just wait. Alright, come here, camera. Alright, I decided if I ever have money again, I'm going to, I'm gonna buy another camera. And I'm gonna set it up. I don't know how, actually. I don't know if I would need to have, like, a permanent, like, stand or something coming from the ceiling. I don't know. But it's gonna be a permanent, sewing machine stand to hold the camera so everyone can see the sewing machine without me having to move it every 3.5 seconds. It's definitely something holding the streams back a little, I believe. Okay, here we go. The hard part is having enough screen real estate, so I would have to switch cameras between, like, this back piece and here. But that's easy. I could do that with, like, a click of a button. Oh, Ren! I thought about bringing one. I have a set of a hand paws and tail. It's not selling on the dealer's den, but maybe it's because it's kind of one of my older stuff. I don't know, but I think it's the colors, because it's like silver and plum, and I think they're really cool together, but they're not like favorite colors like red or blue, so it's not selling. So maybe I'll take that off the dealer's den and sell it. Maybe. But I don't know how I would go about doing that, because I don't have a table or anything, and just be like, hey, you want to buy my thing? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I might bring it, but I don't know. I don't know if I feel comfortable trying to sell it to somebody randomly. Unless they ask about it. If they ask, I'll be like, oh, it's for sale. But, yeah. I'm excited to meet you too, Ren. I'm hoping you'll have fun, and honestly, I think you will, because the few conventions I've been to, this Anthrocon has been my favorite. It's a blast, even if you don't even go out that much, even if you just hang out in the hotel, like, everything, like, the first thing you see when you get there is lots of traffic everywhere, and furries. The furries everywhere. Like, people wearing cool clothes, and people wearing fursuits, and it's just the coolest thing. And it's really hard to park, because there's just people everywhere. But once you park, once you're in your hotel room, just that excitement of, I'm going out right now. It's, like, so fun to just explore. And it's awesome. You can talk to anyone, too. Every person I've talked to, like, or just randomly struck up a conversation with, like, the most friendly of people. It's awesome. I'm so excited. Oh, well, thank you. You didn't have to look at it. I like the plum. I think it's nice. Part of the problem might be that it's the hand paws are a smaller size for, like, they won't fit, like, big hands, like just medium or small hands. So they'd fit me, but they won't fit, like, big hands. Maybe that's part of the problem. I don't know. But I like the silver and plum too. Thank you for agreeing with me. I don't know how FreeCons work, but you could definitely be a vendor. Honestly, though, I've met, what was their name? Jill Costumes and Sarah Cat at tables at the dealer's den before, and it was really cool. Like, it's cool meeting other fursuit makers. But I don't know what I would sell unless I had pre-made tons of paws and stuff, but as fun as that would be, I mean, well, hold that thought. Okay, this looks good, looks great. Everything looks in the right shape, so now I'm just gonna go over the lines, like, 2 more times. Yup, so I can talk when I'm just durability stitching this. I don't know if it would be that fun, because the fursuit makers there didn't look like they were having a good time, which is sad, because I don't know, I mean, they just looked like they wanted to leave. I would rather, I mean, okay, if you are selling stuff there, you're either promoting your fursuit brand by showing off, like, your fursuits. Like, they had a few fursuit pieces that were not for sale that you could just look at and see the quality, and you could take, like, their business card. But, like, I wonder how many sales they actually got from that. And the other thing you could do if you have a booth is actually sell stuff that you've pre-made for selling at the booth. But if you already are selling your stuff, why would you want to kind of hoard that stuff to sell at a convention if you could just sell it online? I don't know. Personal preference, I'd rather just run around and enjoy Anthrocon and then just sell my stuff online. Maybe my tune will change one day, but for now, I think it would just be more fun to just keep going as I am. Of course, I'd love to meet you guys and meet other fursuit makers, but I don't think it would be super fun running a table. Okay, quickly I want to mention, so for the hand paws here, we've got, well, the initial stitch, that first stitch we did on every finger, and then I went over it a second time, and the lighting is so harsh over here. The third time, instead of just another straight line, I did a zigzag stitch to kind of close that edge here and just give it some extra durability. So 2 straight stitches through, the third one is a zigzag. That's how I like to do. And, you know, a lot of the fursuits that I've fixed at, like, at fur meets that people found me with that fursuit medic sign, a lot of those people, they had, most of their problems were tongues that fell out. Well, I mean, sometimes, but most of the time it was hand paws that ripped right here, somewhere around this center paw pad. And I think that could be avoided if you double, triple, ultra stitch that. So definitely do. And claws too, they see a lot of abuse because you're poking stuff, you're grabbing stuff, especially durable on those too. Very different kind of stuff, but you list all your stock online and take it to all events. If it sells in person, you take it off the Etsy. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, just keep it up. I guess that's really smart, actually. Kind of just have it listed on both, and then I never thought of that. That totally works. What do you make? If it's safe for work. If not, then maybe don't say. It's really fun meeting other crafters, not just fursuit makers, but just artists in general. Okay, so something I learned about sewing through fur is, well, I've broken so many needles and stuff. Part of the problem is I wasn't feeding the fabric through good enough, and it's kind of hard with the faux fur. So if you need to make your stitches wider, like it's more space between each stitch. That's what this button is for, at least on my sewing machine. I'm sorry, it's sideways. This is like how long the stitch is itself, and this is how much space is between the stitches. So you're gonna have to play around with that. If you keep breaking thread or breaking needles, it could be why. You're a blacksmith! Oh my gosh! The work is safe for work, the forge isn't. Rip. I'm not sure what that means, but it made me laugh anyways. That's very cool. I have high respect for you guys. tried to join a blacksmith club in college, but, like, something happened, I think. Oh, it was the same day as, it was the same day and time as another club I was in. Imagine being in, like, math club or something. Wouldn't that suck? That would be like Phil. He's really good at math. I don't get it, man. He's just very smart. Phil goes to math club. Actually, if I would have known him at the right time, I would have been begging him for help with my math homework, so I really shouldn't tease him for his skill. I will come over there. Oh, no, no, no. Please don't. I need to work on Stinky YouTube. You can do it. Your videos are very entertaining. Your, one video, it must be almost done by now. I mean, you've been working on it for so long, it must be either a hefty video or... Yeah, actually, that's probably it. It's a hefty video. Just lots to it, I'm sure. Even just recording the footage would take, like, 18 years. There's a maths club in the U.S. schools. We just skirt straight to the bullying. Oh my god. That's terrible! Oh my gosh. That's kind of awful and hilarious. In a joking fashion, that's hilarious. But if you take that as a real statement, then yikes. You're a master procrastinator. Honestly, it's you gotta have time in between your art sessions to recharge. So it's not procrastinating, you're just recharging your animation and skills for your next you know what I mean. What is English? I don't do it well. I'm a procrastinator too, but in a different way. Oh, hey! Thank you for following! Let's see. Ooh, I don't know how to pronounce that. Alright, what do you want me to call you? Doing good. The drunken door. You do not condone bullying in any way. Be cool. Stay in school. Ether? Is that right? That's cute. I keep wanting to say Aether like in Pokemon or possibly Minecraft. Aether, cool. Alright. Don't do drugs, kids. Caffeine is fine, though. You can drink as much caffeine as you want. America. Okay, we are almost done. We've got one more zigzag. Awesome. Well, it's nice to meet you, Adler. We're just making hand paws and hanging out. Alright, last one. We got this. I like this part. This part's fun. Hand paws are just pretty fun in general, because it comes together really fast, and you just get a poofy fun thing. It doesn't really take that long in comparison to, like, the head or a full suit or something. Alright. Oh, boy. There goes Harry Potter. I'm going to play this game very soon on stream, but not yet. Not yet. I'm not ready. He's on the floor now. I say as I take an anxiety prescription. Right? Don't do drugs except these ones. I'm pretty sure we're all on something. We all have to take something. At the very least, we all should be taking, vitamins, at the very least. Okay, so some drugs are cool. Okay, so here's that paw. That looks great. And inside here, you might notice that we haven't cut the circles out yet. For the paws, the paw pads here. Probably should have done that first while it was still laying flat. Oops. But if you didn't do it yet, that's fine too. So the thing about that is, I need to cut this out. I need to cut the circles out here so that when I lay it flat, you can see where it's supposed to be and trace the pattern. Alternatively, if you have the circle like I do, you can just make sure it's laying perfectly in the spot and then trace that too. So either way, but let's do it that first way so I can show you both. Thumbs up for Fluff. Yeah, I haven't played a game in a long time, and I'm really missing it. Like, I really want to play more, I really want to try Sonic Boom. Because I hate myself, apparently. But the thing is, it couldn't be that bad, right? Surely. I really just want to try it. It's like a train wreck you need to see for yourself. You can't believe it until you've experienced it. So I'm just cutting this out with my X-Acto blade. Am I done yet? Oh. What? I wasn't even cutting through all the way. Oh, I'm gonna have to go through it twice. I did finish Polar Express, actually. That one took me a while. Actually, so I have all the footage for the entire Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban Game Boy Advance. All of the footage, but I just haven't been editing it because I just keep forgetting about it. Like, cringe. It's like, it's all there. I just gotta edit. Wow, I really hate using the X-Acto blade. I might just switch to scissors. Little baby scissors. Let's try these guys. I just don't like the X-Acto blade because I'm impatient and then I don't make the precise cuts that I'm trying to make. But scissors, for some reason, I don't know, man. They're my bread and butter. I could use scissors all day. Oh, you're King? Okay. Alright, we'll have fun walking your dogs. Nice meeting you today. You have Let's Plays you need to edit too. Honestly, there's so many things in the works that people like us creatives that it just takes so long, like, to get anything done. It's hard. Okay, so now, here's our options. I do have this circle that I already pre-cut out. And then I have this here. So this can show me exactly where I need to trace. This is what I need to cut out so we can put the paw pad there. So either I can put it here and trace it, or I can put this circle here and trace it. Completely up to you which one you want to use. This one will probably give you a better location of where to put it exactly. Honestly, but then you gotta like cut out every single circle. It's not easy either way, so just don't run with those scissors. I want to though. I remember, okay, this is like a blast from my past right here. When I was really little, playing The Sims 2 on my Windows XP, the shared computer for the whole household, because that's just, people didn't have their own computers back then. You used to share, and internet was dial-up. Anyways, I used to play Sims 2, and I just discovered what mods were, and I downloaded a mod that adds scissors to the game, and if you made your sim run with scissors, there was a chance they would trip and fall and die. And I thought that was the funniest thing. It was my favorite. I would make my enemies in Sims 2 and make them run with scissors. Clover Cat was always evil, actually. Who'd have thought? Fell. Give me the scissors. Alright, I need to show you guys how many scissors I have. This is my scissors bucket, and it barely fits all the scissors. Like, it's kind of like, oh god. It's kind of like a flower bucket, like a vase. And I've got another little bucket over here of small scissors, so I've got too many, but I actually use every single one for different purposes. You burn out super easily when you make stuff. You don't know how other people stay consistent for so long. Right? Imagine. I don't get it. I don't get it. Fell, no. Rip. Math Club Massacre starring Fell starts Friday. Oh no. Well, that's why it's rated R now. It would be Math Club too. I like this fake little canon we have going on about Fell. He was a math kid. He was smart. But one day, he couldn't handle the bullies anymore. Then, he found a pair of scissors. Oh. Alright, so the problem is, now, since I've already got this sewn into place, it's really hard to keep this pattern in place because it wants to push it forward because the seam is in the way. So, now that I've started cutting it out a little bit, I'm going to put this sphere here and finish cutting it out. Darn, that's not gonna work for me though. So part of the problem is when you're cutting this out, you don't want to cut it directly on the circle. You need to leave a seam allowance, which I did not do. So, I didn't do when I made this pattern. So when you're cutting it, you don't want to cut directly on the seam that you drew. You need to leave like maybe a 1/4 inch and cut in there. So let me adjust the camera a bit. Bring you guys a little closer. I love to say you have to say how much you love Angry Red. She's disappointed in her life choices. Right? Okay, Ren has some interchangeable eyelids, and you can make her look pissed off. It's so funny. She looks like Angry Mama Ren. Like, I'm sorry, I won't disappoint you again, Mom. It's the cutest thing. Alright, so you can see I'm not cutting directly up against the white. I'm leaving a little bit of a seam allowance around. And certain patterns already come with the seam allowance included, so you can just cut directly on that line. But not mine. I didn't do that. So you should see that there's a little rim extra here, and that's so you can actually stitch it to something. Angie! Angie! That's my favorite. Avengers, she has no idea. Oh no. My first foe is a fursuit maker next door. Excuse me a moment. Oh wait, no! Wait, no. Alright, we can talk this over. I love math. That's amazing. He's lurking in the walls! Oh no. He's back. No! Hey, Val!
Where are the scissors?
No. Hide the scissors from Val.
What an amazing one.
I know, Kitty's sleeping, and I didn't want to move her. She's so cute.
Girl, come say hi to all the streamers.
Yee!
With your RBF face.
Yee. Minxie! She's big. She can turn on the scale by herself by walking on it. Minxie, say hi. She's tired. She's so tired. She's just gonna let me. Oh.
Watch that foot.
There we go. She's so cute. They don't call him Shadow Paw for nothing. Large. I know, he big. Oh, she big. She big cat. Alright, well. Let's finish cutting this out. So ideally, I would cut out every single one of these. I would lay it on there and trace it. But I'm just really lazy and I really hate tracing. I hate it so much. So instead, I just kind of holding it in place and just cutting it where I'm supposed to cut it. For you guys, I'd highly suggest you trace it, especially if this is one of your first few. Let me see, which one is this? This is number 4? Which finger is this? This finger 1. Finger 1. Okay. So let's do it. Let's do one proper, the way I think you guys should do it. So I'm gonna cut out this circle, which is definitely blown out in the camera. Sorry about that.
Back to The Witcher 3 again.
Have fun. He is playing The Witcher 3. I have not played it. I haven't played any. I don't know anything about the Witcher series except it looks really fun. All right, since I just like scissors. I'm gonna use the scissors to finish. Fat kitty. All right. So, I'm wondering if we should do the back part of the hand today, or if we should do, like, the claws and the center paw pad. I'm kind of thinking... Okay, so here's the deal. I want to do this all on stream, but it takes so long to do that I get tired before I can finish. So I'm wondering if I should do, like, a part 2 stream later today. I'm thinking about it. Alright, so this is number 1. And it goes this way right here. And again, because I already stitched this on, you gotta make sure that this seam doesn't push it too far up. Just make sure it's proper and in place. So, let me grab a colored pencil. Part of the problem is I'm running out of colored pencils and marking tools. Hardest part of your videos is writing them, and that's what makes me so slow. Seriously? I write... Do you know how many videos I've written and I just don't go through with them? The part I get stuck on is, editing. I get bored editing, and then I don't finish. That's so funny. We should team up. But your writing is really, really good, though. So even though it might be the part you're slower at, it's really good. It's really entertaining. Okay. So this is actually a sewing marking pencil. It's meant to wash out in the wash, but honestly, any colored pencil is fine. Okay, so, wow, you can see that really well. So ideally, this is what you would do. Before you even had sewn, like, this piece on, you would have this finger, you would trace the circle on there and cut that center paw pad out, and then you would stitch them on. I just went out of order. I don't know, man. That's something I should write down for myself. Do it in order, but I always forget. Alright, so now that I know exactly where that line is, I'm going to cut it out, but I want to make sure I leave a seam allowance. Some patterns have the seam allowance, meaning you would cut directly on this line. Mine does not, meaning I need to cut slightly inside that line, leaving just a little bit of space all the way around. I hope that makes sense. I know it's really confusing. If you do need to buy a pattern, I don't remember what Kloof Suits did. I feel like they have seam allowance included, but just make sure you read the instructions and know if it's included or not. Hopefully you guys can see this. I know it's a bit dark, but it's brighter than usual. I think the lighting today is not that bad. Shocking, because I'm always complaining about it, but... There we go. Okay, I hate to admit it, that was a lot easier since I traced it, so I guess I'll trace the other ones too. Ugh, I just hate tracing, okay? Recording footage takes a long, long time. Like, longer than people realize. And then you have to keep it sorted and organized because there's a lot of footage, and you don't want to get it mixed and confused. You forget where pieces are that you need, and it's hard to keep it organized. Editing is your favorite part. You're such a perfectionist in constructing your scripts that you usually get frustrated and scrap them. No! That's so sad. But, like, the stuff you do is so good. I love all of it. Okay, so that's the two ways you can do it. You can trace it or not, but frankly, you should trace it. It was easier. I admit it. So on the other side here, this is what the inside of the paw, let's back up. This is what the inside of the paw looks like so far. And I should mention, if you want, you can shave this, but I at least shave, like, this part up. But it's completely optional. Like, the wrist, I would leave nice and long, but, like, the hand paw part, if you want it to be shaved, you can. Personally, I prefer it full length. I think the poofy poof is really cute. And, I mean, this is a Figby paw pad with the poof. So if you want that center paw pad to be a bit more, like, defined, you can shave it, but I just think the poof is so cute. It's definitely a stylistic choice. Okay. So let's cut out the other 3 fingers. Wow. It's fine. I just don't like cutting these. I don't like cutting things out. I feel like I say that about every step of the fursuit making process. Oh, I don't like shaving. Oh, I don't like making patterns. But here I am. I actually love all of it. Except shaving. That can die. Alright, so I'm gonna cut out all these and trace them, and then maybe, I don't know if we should do the back of the hand paws or if we should do the paw pads. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to do the back, like the back piece first, or the paw pads? Like, cut out the paw pad pieces. You want to make a smaller video about Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 before summer ends, but I don't think I can do it in time. Honestly, I've had a Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 video almost done in the editing process for, like, almost a year and a half or 2 years. Videos take too long. It's completely understandable if you don't get to that point in time. But yeah, during summer is the best time to release a Roller Coaster Tycoon video. It's perfect. Alright, so if I just start a little bit with the X-Acto blade, then I can cut the rest out with the scissors. I love these baby scissors. They can reach in places that are harder for the big scissors to fit. Hey, how you doing? We're doing okay. We're making hand paws. They're on the way. Hope you're doing well. At this point, you're probably a child in that video. Honestly, it was so long ago. It's like the longer I wait, the more I just want to redo the whole thing. I really should have just finished it, posted it, and then... Cause you know, now it's like, I feel like it's not good enough. Well, part of the problem is back then I felt like it wasn't good enough either, which is part of the problem why I didn't post it in the first place. I kind of just gave up. So, will I have confidence in my suit making skills? I don't have as much confidence in my video making skills. Although, I'm not bad. It's like, if I think about it, I know it's not bad, but when I sit down to do it, it's just never good enough for me. It's hard. Wow, there's fur everywhere. I doubt the camera can pick it up, but it's just like a fine coating of black fur everywhere. Woo! Okay, I threw the scissors. This is fine. Okay. Okay, now I'm getting a little bit toasty. It's because I said I was feeling not too hot. That's why. Bet Phil went and turned up the thermostat. He's like, I'll show Clover. since there doesn't seem to be too much of a preference what we do next, I'm just gonna do the back of the hand paws. And then next time we'll probably do the, like, the center paw pads and the finger paw pads. Eat the fur! Oh, I have already eaten so much fur. It looks good. Oh, thank you. You're gonna head to bed. Oh, it's almost midnight. Yikes. That's crazy. You must be all the way around the world, because it's 6:30 p.m. over here. Yeah, well, have a good night, and thanks for stopping by. Good to say hi to you for just a second. I mean, people tell me all the time, like, when they're different time zones, but it's just still so weird. I can't get over the idea. What do you mean the Earth isn't flat? It's just crazy to think that there's some people so far away on the other side of the globe that the time is completely opposite. Okay, almost done with this paw pad, and then we can trace them. Oh boy. But, like, for real, now I kind of really want to edit those Harry Potter videos that I have in the works. I mean, I finished the whole game. It was hard. Not hard because it was a hard game, but hard because it just kept going. Oh, in the UK. Wow, I had no idea you guys were so far off time schedule from us. I really... The more you know. Alright, good night. I like people from the UK's accents. I think they're cute. I was just talking with my brother about how we have such an intense Michigan accent because we don't just say water with a T. We say water with a D. It sounds like a D. And there are a few other words like that where we just... It's especially water, like that one. That one gets me. Okay, I'm gonna trace this one. I didn't see what you said. Oh, I will edit for you. Like, for real. Oh! I love how I missed that. I'm sorry. I wonder how much I miss all the time. That's really cool. Maybe we should team up. Because, well, but your scripts are good. I mean, it takes you a while to make them, but they're good. You're so sweet to offer that. You know I hate editing. I think we should definitely try a collab. I mean, we did do a collab before, with gameplay, but, like, making, like, a full edited video collab, that would be interesting. Sorry, I know my hand is kind of blocking the view here. It's not anything special. Just holding the pattern down and tracing. Reminds me of the whole pop versus soda debate. It's pop and anyone who says soda is wrong. Right? Oh, it's definitely pop. And then there's those weirdos that just call everything a Coke. Like, that's just a Midwest accent. I say water, too. Really? Oh, that's funny. It's soda. No! Alright, I guess we can't be friends anymore. I can't believe you think it's soda. What is this world? Such a funny debate. I remember when I lived in Tennessee for college, most people down there said soda, and I was like, why? But in Michigan, everybody's like, pop! Okay, let's cut these guys out. Is this... Yes, this is in the camera. Okay, that's good. When I actually stay in camera for once in my life. You lived in Utah for 9 years. That's a long time. And I haven't said pop since I was 11! I will fight you to death. It is pop. I can't read. Alright, guys. So 1v1 me in Roblox, and we'll see who is the real winner. I'm trying to think of the next part after this. I think I'll dig out the back of the hand, and then we'll attach those pieces. That one's harder, though. They're all hard. Everything related to suit making is hard, actually. Let's just leave it at that. Start saying it again. Go back to Pop. Do it, Avengers. Pop is the way. Real people of class just say carbonated beverage. Honestly, though, between the three, like Pop, soda, Coke, I mean carbonated beverage. There's a fourth one. Oh yeah, and there's a fifth one. Just soda pop. Eee! The people who say soda pop are menaces to society. Frankly, that is so true. Have you ever met anyone who actually does? Because I've heard people say it as, like, a joke before, but never, like, legitimately using the term soda pop. That would be so weird. That is, like, so last century. Alright, I kinda need to watch that Cats movie now, because it's been on my desk, and I've just kind of been procrastinating it, but I also really want to see it, but I'm also kind of scared. I heard the music wasn't even good either, and that's like, it's a musical. But they already had the music from, like, the musical itself, so how could you mess it up? But apparently they did. Old people calling it soda pop. Alright. We've got almost all of them cut out. We're on the last one now. There's no easy way to do this. By the way, use lots of tiny little baby snips when cutting this out. Pretty sure I mentioned it before, but you don't want to accidentally cut any of the fur fibers that you want to be there. Most likely, like, right here at the base, if you cut too big of a cut, you'll, like, get rid of this fur here. And that's no good. Okay. So for the back of the hand paw, it's that same back piece that this one used for the pattern. It might be different in other fursuit patterns, but hand paw patterns, but for some of the ones I've used and for mine, it's the same piece, just without the paw pad cut out. So let's get that out. Well, here's the paw. Honestly, the style looks really good with 5 fingers. I think it looks better than the 4-finger one. It looks good. Especially when it's laying out properly like this. It's so cute. Okay, so I gotta figure out which one of these is the correct backing piece, because there's 2. One for the other paw. Okay, so I believe it's this one because I labeled them both as right. So let me check. Oh yeah, this is the right one. Right one, because it's the right... Oh, I'm sorry. We're done with these pieces, so I'm just gonna put them away. Where's my baggie? Here it is. Everything's covered in fur, so if you ever wonder why I'm just shaking stuff, I'm trying to get some of that fur off. You're a walking meme sometimes. That's my favorite thing. If I could just be a meme, I would. Just imagine the power you could have to make anyone laugh. I have the power of God and anime on my side. Here's my blade. I'll use this blade. Shoo! Shoo! I actually know how to use a sword. If I had a sword prop, it would be really fun. Okay, so let's get working on the back puffy pieces that I displayed earlier. What is the best way to do this? Honestly, not using the backing yet. That's the best way. The best way is... we need to find these pieces and put them on each finger. I wonder if it would have been better to stitch them on first before attaching them to the hand paw. But it's too late now! This is fine. This is how I've always done it, but frankly, given another chance, maybe... Let's see, what's the order of operations here? First, you lay out this with the fingers. You cut out the finger circles, and then you attach the fingers to the V pieces. Then you sew it onto this long hand piece. I guess that's the way you should really do it for easiest access to reaching each piece, but I mean, I'm gonna definitely end up fine this way too, but it would have been easier if I didn't make it hard on myself. You can have your wooden training katana! Yay! I'll show you how to use it. Well, we can duel. I thought R stood for red. Oh, that would have been nice, actually. Yeah, no, I just didn't want to confuse the right and left. I don't get it. Okay, so now I gotta figure out which pieces are which of these. Did you ever just feel like... You ever just feel like you want to sing something, but you don't have a song, so you just start saying do-do-do-do? That's... I need to stop talking. Alright, so 2 pieces of the same thing. They're both labeled as 3s, and one of them has the line on the bottom. That means it's the back piece. So I'm just going to sort these into 2 piles. A back piece and a front piece. These 2. Oh, good. Definitely made that confusing on myself for that one. These 2... It's like a puzzle. You gotta sort it. Okay. So now let's figure out which side I need. The front piece or the back piece. Let's see. This is a 4. It goes at the end here. On your pattern, if it doesn't say already, I would label each finger like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if you have 5. And label it on this, on your finger pieces too. It should be labeled, but if it's not, if you label it on here, it will help you so much. She doesn't get math jokes. It all comes full circle. Oh no, that's a really good joke. Alright, so let's see here. Is this backwards? I think this is correct. Yeah. So I need to use the one with the tick on it, I believe. No, the one without. I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. Seriously. You can trust me. Alright. So let's get this straight. You need to be able to close these 2 sides sew together like this, but you need to make sure that you sew the claw in there too. So, although there's like 8 ways you could do this, what I usually do is I do stitch it closed, but only like this first, I'd say maybe just under ½ an inch or so. I usually eyeball it. Probably shouldn't, but if you want, you can measure how long you want and like put a tick here. Basically, you want the claws to be the same spot for every finger. So I start at the bottom here and give myself a tiny bit of space, and then I put the claw on the top, and then whatever space is left up here, I'll just sew. So it'll make more sense in a minute, but first I'm going to stitch these closed. And I need a pin. What is the order of operation? And you said PEMDAS because that's the order of operations in math. What? I've literally never heard that term before. I told you, man, I was not that good at math. I actually almost failed geometry. But no, but I did algebra 2, and I was pretty good at algebra 2, but geometry. So is it, like, true that everybody has either a hard time in geometry or algebra? Is it like you each, it's like one of them you're gonna have trouble with? Because everybody I've ever asked that question, it's true. Okay, so now that I know which set I want the regular ones, not the ones that have the tick. It's a bit confusing. I feel like there should be an easier way to label these for myself, but I just make it hard on myself, I guess. But the important thing is I'm doing the right pieces, and it's gonna come together in the end. Organized chaos, if you will. Okay. Here's another way you could measure it if you'd like. Just by the length of this pin here. Just sew that exact spot right where this clip is holding. And then we'll stick the claw in at the top right here, right up against that edge. And then we stitch this end piece if there's any left over. So we don't have the claws made yet, but that's okay. I just want to get these in place. And even though I'm not going to sew the rest of this yet, I'm still going to tuck it in and tuck the fur in and clasp it with these Wonder Clips, because once I take this clip off, it'll be a big poof mess, so it's easier to sew if you already have it clipped here for yourself. I was bad at all math. Are you good at geometry or algebra? Neither! Rip Avengers. And Della, apparently. I'm sorry. That's really funny. There's no way you didn't learn it. Honestly, I don't remember, but you're probably right. Like, that sounds like a completely foreign term to me right now, but I am pretty ancient. It was probably just a long time ago. Alright, it's reminding me, I'm getting a really weird flashback to a book I read where their last name was very similar, like the last name of the main characters was very similar to that. And now it's gonna bother me. I want to say like Narnia or something maybe. That's gonna bother me. Also, I could just be completely confused. Whatever happened to the Narnia movies? Those were good. I mean, they're even better if you're a Christian, but like if you're not, they're still good films. It's kind of a nice way to bridge the gap between fantasy and more deeper Christian themes, I guess. Heavens, oh! That wasn't even close, but you're right. That's really funny. Yeah, that sounds right. Thank you, Fel. That was gonna drive me crazy. Not crazy enough to look it up, but just crazy enough to be pondering it for the next 3 weeks. Yeah, so I've played Narnia on the GameCube. I don't remember which one. I played Prince Caspian on the Wii, and that was a hot mess, but it was still a fun hot mess because you get to play as, like, a centaur or an ox or a giant. Like, you can bet. I was playing as the centaur, not centaur, the, Minotaur. I was playing as the Minotaur the whole game because I'm a furry, and I didn't even know what furries were. But here I was as a kid, happily playing the Minotaur the entire game. It was so fun. Kind of like, reminding me of another game that you wouldn't expect, but you can be furry in, is Shrek 2 for the GameCube. You could also be a furry in, because there was at least one level where you could play as the wolf. The wolf from Red Riding Hood in the Shrek game. You could play as him for one level, and if you weren't playing as him, you could at least play as Donkey or Puss in Boots, so it fed my inner furry. You played Caspian on PS2, right? It was rough. It was rough, yeah. Disney probably started losing money. Honestly, probably. That's the only reason they stopped doing stuff. it was making money, they would have continued. So we all sought out the animal characters in every game we played. LOL. Question mark. Honestly. Just gonna ignore that Puss is in Shrek 2. Yeah. Yeah, Puss is awesome. He was one of my favorite characters because he's a kitty in boots. Oops. Alright, my bad. I still had it on zigzag stitch. That confused me. I thought okay. This is fine. Everything is fine. Okay. So we have stitched just this tiny piece up on the top here. And frankly, I think I need to stitch a little bit longer. This part I always eyeball. I should write it down or put it on the pattern, but I don't. Thank you for following, Dirt. I'll just call you Dirt unless you tell me to call you something else. Thank you for following. I appreciate that. The boss fight against the White Witch in the Caspian game had you yanking your hair out. I never got that far. Because there was this glitch where you're trying to play the... Okay, there's a glitch where you're in the castle level and you're supposed to use the dwarf to crawl through this like small hole, but I could not get this. It glitched out and it would not let us through that hole, and I'm pretty sure the save file was ruined. And you know what? I've got a whole story on this. Give me just a second. Okay. So the way the internet was back then, I mean, there just wasn't a lot of gaming info. There wasn't YouTube videos of people playing games or Twitch. If you wanted to figure out how to beat a game, you had to look through a walkthrough. And how many people do you think were making walkthroughs of Prince Caspian on the Wii, let alone back then? So, it was near impossible, but I did manage to find a walkthrough, and I came to the conclusion and realization that my game was just bugged out. I tried like rebooting, reloading saves. I tried everything, but I'm pretty sure it was just the save file, and I never beat it because I didn't want to replay the whole game past that point. The dwarf wouldn't go in the hole. But yeah, I probably would have enjoyed at least fighting the White Witch, and that would have been cool. When you were super young, you played house with your siblings and always insisted on being the dog. Honestly, that's so cute. That's adorable. That's like classic furry backstory. Okay, so here's the front. I have stitched about this much, and I'll measure it for you. There is an opening here that we need to finish sewing, but the claw has to go in here first. So we will stick the claw in there once we make it, and then we will stitch all the way through again. So we don't need to like ultra triple stitch this one yet. It's just kind of placeholder for now. I only stitched it a few times because it wasn't long enough the first time. Did you see the trailer for the Puss in Boots sequel? No, I didn't, but I did hear that it existed. I'm kind of scared. Does it look good? Because I know the first Puss in Boots movie was actually really good. Quick, someone Clipper saying the dwarf wouldn't go in the hole. The dwarf wouldn't go in the hole. Honestly though, like grade A entertainment here on the Clover Cat show. Anyways, that's my whole story with the Prince Caspian. That was fun. And years later, when I was in college, as kind of a funny joke, my roommate and I, we played The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe for GameCube. And, oh boy, if you thought Caspian was cursed, this one is just equally as cursed. It really is. There is an attack move that... Oh, God, what were their names? Lucy and... What's the older sister's name? Forget. Those two. Susan? I think it's Susan? Is it Susan? I think the older sister's name is Susan. If you have Lucy and Susan together, they'll do an attack move where Susan swings Lucy around. Oh, it is Susan. Okay. It is the funniest, stupidest thing I've ever seen, and I couldn't believe it was in my Narnia game. Oh my gosh, we should play that. I don't think it's 4 players, but it's at least 2. Definitely at least 2 players. Alright. Well, I have a whole pile of GameCube games back there that are cursed and I want to try. I need to just kind of... I need to actually play games. I keep saying, oh boy, I love to play games on stream, and then I don't. Why am I like that? Sometimes I'm like, alright, I'm rearing to go, and sometimes I'm like, leave me alone, I'm depressed for 2 weeks. You never know what you're gonna get. That was back when they cranked out shovelware for every movie release. You right. That's a good point. It was totally shovelware. That's what it's... Yeah. That game was so cursed. I remember part of... I think it was Caspian where... I mean, that one... That explains why they were both trash and why I couldn't find walkthroughs. But... I remember part of Caspian where... giants are getting shot with arrows, and you need to, like, take the arrows out of the giants by, like, cutting the thread that's... I don't know. You gotta free the giants. It's like we didn't take the arrows out of the giants. We just cut the thread that connected them to the bad guys that were trying to hold them down. It's terrible. It's just like, these poor giants are just filled with arrows right now. Anyways, I think shovelware is fun in its own right. If you're with the right people. I assume if you ever got drunk, it would be pretty fun, but I don't know what that's like. I just get a ton of caffeine, and it'll be the same thing, right? I assume that it would be very fun. Shovelware, you never know what you're gonna get. Because once in a while, you'll get something like SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, and it's like, awesome. Okay, so now I've got these pieces, yay! And if we turn them right side out, you can just place them where they're supposed to go. And you can see we're starting to get there. Let's see, this is number 3? What piece is this? 2? Yeah, we're gonna have to make the claws. I've been a little bit procrastinating on that, but it's gonna have to happen, so... Okay, and here's the back piece. Yee! So here's the back of the paw. I can't pick it up because it's not sewn on, but you can see the poofy already. So, there's a few ways we could do this. Oh, you know what? I didn't stitch on... The reason I didn't stitch on this yet is because usually I'll flip the whole thing inside out and stitch it all as one piece. That checks out. Alright, new order of operations. Cut out the circles for each of these, and then stitch it onto this hand. Then, stitch these to this, just the front part. Put the claws in these and stitch it. Then, stitch these to this back piece. And then, put everything inside out and stitch it all together, one big thing. Then sew the liner on. There we go. Got it. Took me a minute. You unlocked repressed Caspian memories in my brain right now. Right? Caffeine makes you want to freak out. Alcohol makes you the opposite, I am told. Really? Interesting. That's interesting. It's like, I've never known, you know? It's curious. Oh. So I've come to the realization that I sewed this, but it's on the wrong side. See this thumb fits perfectly right here. Let me get you a better camera view. The thumb fits perfectly, but when I turn it right side out, it's backwards. That means I was supposed to sew the other set. Gosh darn it. See, I was just trying to do one paw on stream so that you guys could experience it. But, like, now we're accidentally doing both. Oops. Okay. So I guess I gotta stitch these. Cool. That's fine. Let's do that. Okay, camera. Drawn to Life SpongeBob Edition. I played that when I was... Well, I must have been pretty young because I was still carrying around my DS Lite. I had SpongeBob stickers on my DS Lite. They were like, those hollow... Not hollow, but like... I don't remember what the term is. It's one of those things where you look at it and from different angles, it's like slightly different. I had stickers of SpongeBob faces like that on the front of my DS. Maybe I will find my DS and show you guys. I know it's at my parents' house, so... But I played that so much. It was a white DS Lite. I played it so much the hinge completely broke, LNR doesn't work, and the A button barely registers. It's seen lots of wear. I played a lot of Mario, New Super Mario Bros. That was one of my favorites. When you were younger, you had a Nintendo DSi, and there was this SpongeBob-themed game you used to play all the time. Oh, yeah. And that's Drawn to Life. It was so fun. I drew a chicken man, and that was my character on that game. Isn't that amazing? Even then. Of course, still a furry. Holographic. Oh, it is hollow. Interesting. That game and Scribblenauts remix were my jam when I was younger. Oh my gosh. My bro and I actually kind of recently, maybe a few months ago, actually, it was quite a while ago actually, maybe like a year ago, we actually picked up one of the Scribblenauts games, and that game is ridiculous and fun. We made like an evil, angry, flying god. That's like one of the first things we did. And then we made like a werewolf, like a nice flying werewolf, green, or something like that. Something really Figby-ish. And it was really fun. I love that game. Of course, I mean, it does have its limits, but it's really impressive how much is in that game that you can do. Yeah, even when I was younger playing The Sims 2, I would always make werewolf characters. That was my favorite. Like, from humble furry beginnings. Oh, I'm sorry, I was off cam. Typical. Yeah, so... Sorry, we have to do this part again, for the other hand. I didn't intend to do that on stream, but... Here we are. I done messed up. Still play Scribblenauts Unlimited occasionally. That's so cool. It is a fun game. I don't know which version we have. I'm pretty sure the one we have is on Wii. What is Scribblenauts Unlimited on? Is that like Switch or something? Alright. Sorry. Let me know if this fan is too annoying. I'm just trying to keep cool over here. It's so hot. I am toasty and I am melting away. You think your #1 game as a kid was Minecraft? Aww. Yeah, Minecraft was really dope. It still is. I just haven't played it in a bit. Minecraft is good. Yeah. Minecraft is just good. Everybody knows what Minecraft is. I remember when it was kind of really starting to gain in popularity, and I had heard about it before, but like, I didn't know what it was. And I mean, I was really young and I didn't really have any money, but I decided to spend my money on that, and I was really glad I did because it was so fun. And I remember I was really, really bad at the game. I kept dying immediately to creepers because I decided to make my house in a dark forest area, and I didn't know that what that was. I didn't know that would spawn more enemies in the dark, so there's that. But yeah, I think Minecraft should be part of everybody's childhoods. Because that's a good game. I think it's on Switch too. You played on PC. Oh, I see. Everything pre 1.9. Honestly, I mean, I remember when 1.7 came out and there was horses. I mean, that was already really... It was starting to get a little bit too much, too complex for me at that point. But after that is when I really gave up, because they just kept adding so much more, and yeah, before it got really complicated, that was very nostalgic, as you say. That's the best way to put it. Alright, let's stitch the front of these guys, too. Okay, I keep accidentally hitting the pedal button when the presser foot isn't down yet, and it's complaining at me. I'm sorry. Oh man, I could go for some ice cream right now. I guess I was actually a kid when Minecraft was a thing, but I've never considered it as one of my childhood games for some reason. Huh. Maybe you just didn't play it as much as other games. I think it's funny how, like, most people's childhood games these days are like, Five Nights at Freddy's. There's no way I would have ever played that, and I probably still couldn't. I'm a weenie. Sometimes I miss the good old days when I still believe Herobrine was real. Man, good times, though. I know, like, especially as a kid, it was always, like, really intriguing that this thing could be real. I got a custom figurine of my Minecraft skin, and it's literally the coolest thing ever. Dude, that's awesome! I painted one, a while back. Man, I should dig that up. I feel like everyone should have a custom Minecraft skin character just sitting on their shelf, looking at them. Because that's so cool. That would have been easier to just order it. Painting it was way too hard. It took too long. Plus, I'm worried the paint's gonna scratch if I try to play with it. Okay, almost done with this step. FNAF is a staple of my childhood. See, like, that's what everybody says now. It's just funny to me. I never would have expected it. Played it a ton. I guess I don't feel like much nostalgia for it. Well, maybe it was just not your game. Maybe Minecraft just didn't click for you then. If you don't feel super nostalgic, then what games do you feel nostalgic for? Piglet's Big Adventure. I got mine from Ender Toys. They're only like 16. What? Okay. I might just order mine anyways. Because I made a custom Figby skin, and I love it. I should just do that. That's awesome. I love that. It's very, very doable, too. I wonder how they make that, if they have, like, a custom mold or a machine. I have no idea how that would even go about being made. Okay, last one here. Okie dokie. So surely these will be the correct ones, not the opposite ones. Clovercat loses it on stream. Not clickbait. Okay. Of course I tangled the cord up. Yes, actually, Della, if you would send me that would be awesome. I want to see a picture. They're posable, and they come with a sword, a pickaxe, and a cape. Bruh. Okay. I didn't know I needed this thing, but I've decided that I need this thing now. Oh no. I can't help it. I'm probably gonna spend money now. Avengers says he loved it. It's weird. The games are nostalgic for the games I make videos about. Maybe you're just not super nostalgic about things. Some people aren't. Okay, this is one. So don't ask me why, but I made, like, the finger numbers, the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the thumb was 5. I don't know why I did that. That's kind of weird. You'd think I would have just started on one side and went down the fan, but... Okay. Clover Cat moment. What? Okay. So I'm going... Oh, I dropped it. Alright, close up. Close up of my hair. Alright, so this one I think I have marked wrong, because when I hold it up, it's completely wrong. So let me dig out this other one. Big part of what made Minecraft so nostalgic for me was playing it with friends. I don't have anyone to play with it now since my friends all play FPS and fighting games. That is so sad. Oh, that was a big part of the fun. That I agree. The LAN parties were the best. So the guy who runs that MC figure business was an indie Comic Con, and my cousin bought. What? You mean he had a machine or whatever? He just brought his business with him. That's pretty dope. That's really cool. What is the best way to test that this is correct? So I'm gonna remove this for a minute. Just gonna line these up and make sure that they're correct. Because some of these, I think I might have labeled wrong. They don't look like they're the right one. So I guess it's good that I did both sides anyways. Hi, Minx. Oh, Minx. Knocking down the camera. Alright, let me see if this finger... I'm so confused. Why did I label some of these backwards? What? Late night, I guess. I was working hard that night. Embarrassing. Okay, so we've got the fingers in place, and this goes here. Now, we can either stitch the fingers to this hand, back of the hand, or we can do the claws first. Frankly, it really doesn't matter which one you do first. So let's just stitch it onto the back here. That way we'll have a definitive front and back piece, and that will be good. He had pre-made popular skins. You could order custom ones for later. That's so cool! That makes sense. That makes sense. So it would take it makes sense to me that it would take a little bit to get around to making the custom ones. That's really cool. I wish they would be at Anthrocon, but, you know, probably not. That seems unlikely. But there's a lot of really cool vendors gonna be at Anthrocon. I'm very excited. Whoa, who dat? Oh, Skillafro! You subscribe. Thank you. Well, you missed the rush. There was a ton of people here earlier, but yeah, it's all good. We be vibing. How are you doing, Skillafro? Thank you for subbing. You don't have to do that. I'm just laying out these pieces to make sure that they're correct in their spots, so they're not... So I don't accidentally completely stitch on the wrong ones and then find out later that I have to start over. I'm so sick of that happening to me. Now I'm being ultra careful. Probably for the best. Right! Skellafro! Everybody loves Skellafro. He's a fun guy. What have you been playing lately, Skellafro? I haven't seen your stream in a bit. I heard you were playing Dark Souls or something? Or that might have been a while back, so I don't know. Alright, so I laid out these other finger pieces, and now I am correct and sure that these are the pieces that I want here. So now I'm going to actually sew them on. So let's start with an easy one. I'm going to do the thumb last, because that's going to be hard. This front finger. You're playing Dark Souls? What console was that for? I feel like that must be older. Like, Xbox or something. Frankly, I don't know anything about it except that the jokes of, oh, it's such a hard game. That's all I know about it. You've been either working or sleeping. Understandable. Ain't nobody got time for fun. It's sad. That's kind of just how it is these days, though. The life of adults. My version isn't remastered because you're a goblin. It's older, but it's... Oh, I missed the first part. It's older, but it's been remastered. I'm playing it on PC. My version isn't remastered because I'm a goblin. I love it. Honestly, though, it kind of... It makes it more... I don't know. It's just more legitimate, more authentic if you're playing the original cursed version, you know? Sometimes it's fun to play that. Okie dokie. So this is going well. I'm just pinning this on and it's pretty straightforward. You can tell exactly where it's supposed to be pinned. The harder part is gonna be getting the claws and the center paw pad sewn in, but it's really not that hard. Actually, the hardest part about making hand paws is making sure you don't mix up the fingers. Oh, I'm knocking over the camera. Oh, that's so cool, Delta! I will switch my head with somebody else's so they can fursuit. When I get a figure of it, we can switch parts. That's so cool! Skillfro, you're so funny. You gotta play the fun version. I'm not gonna move my camera this time. I don't think I have the ability. I just can't do it again. Where'd my foot pedal go? I'm losing everything. Yeah, I like the old version jank. Pretty sure it's a very old game though. Like, didn't they make multiple versions too? Like Dark Souls 2? There's gotta be at least a 2 or a 3. Console-wise, it was a PS... Oh! See, if I would have read that instead of sewing. Ugh. It was a PS3 360. Really? That's a lot later than I thought. I was thinking, like, OG Xbox, but yeah, I guess that checks out. When the PS3 360 doesn't sound like that old, but you know darn well that it is. Honestly, though, makes you feel old. There's a 2, a 3, and a spiritual successor called Elden Ring. Oh, that's what I've heard before. Okay. I was pretty sure there was a 2, but then I thought there was a 3 or something. That must be what I thought about. I would be down for a Minecraft server. That would be fun. I actually had one working at some point, but, like, I don't remember. I just stopped doing it, so I figured it out before. I can figure it out again. And, I mean, it worked. And I didn't have to use Minecraft Realms either. I just got it working on my computer. Maybe, I wonder if my old laptop is strong enough to host that. So, I mean, we could try. Because that would be really fun. Okay, here's the 2 fingies. So let's put this finger on now. I hear my cat's tail flapping against something. She must be playing with something. Because she sounds like she's wagging her tail at high velocity. Fun thing is, I'm pretty sure Dark Souls is... Oh, wait, you already said that. I would be down for Minecraft if Realms stopped hating you. I thought I said healing. If Realms is healing you. I need healing. Yeah, I don't know why Realms really, really, really hates you. I've never seen anyone have so much trouble with Realms in my entire life. Usually people get Realms because it doesn't give you trouble. So, you are just very unlucky. My online friends and I use Minehut to make servers. I've never heard of that. What is that? Is that like a personally owned, like, custom Minecraft server thing? Because if it's better than Realms, I'd be down. Because Realms, I don't hate it, but the thing is, if it doesn't work for all of your friends, then What's the point? Minecraft heard me when I said I needed jank. Bloodborne is a Souls game. Oh! What the heck? Why are there so many games that are, like, related to others that I've never heard of? What is this world? I'm trying to figure out why this pinky isn't fitting perfectly. Pinky, you too big. I'm gonna trap it a little bit. Don't trim your pattern like I just did unless you're absolutely certain that it's supposed to go there. Because if you put the wrong piece and then you're like, well, it's supposed to go here, I'll just cut it to fit. And then you find out later it was just, you weren't supposed to do that. Then you've screwed yourself over because you've cut that piece. Obviously speaking from experience here, unfortunately. But I'm very certain that this is the wrong one, because it would make the claw go out this way, and this one goes this way, which is correct. So I know that this is the right piece, in the right spot, so I don't know why it's kind of hanging out. So, I mean, maybe I just cut it too large a little bit. I guess we'll see. Interesting. I would take Furry Server, even if it is a little laggy. And you've had less trouble with it. That's ridiculous. That Realms is like a paid service, yet you have less trouble with it. Like, with the free Mine Hut. Like, what? What is this game? It makes no sense, but you know what? If that's what it takes, I mean, I will look into that when, okay, probably won't. I probably forget, to be honest. But I would like to look into that, and get a server going. That would be really, really fun. We could play it every once in a while, whenever we're gonna play. Where's my pattern? I need the thumb. Which one is thumb? Thumb. Realms can suck sometimes. Yeah! I mean, I've had it lag too before. Not usually, but it does lag sometimes. So, like, if you're gonna sell an expensive service like Realms, at least make it perfect. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna make sure that this thumb is properly placed. The trouble that I'm having is just astronomical. It's like, usually I'm like doing something, like listening to music or something, so I don't think about the trouble that I'm having. I just keep plugging away at it. But when I'm on stream, I'm like, huh, do I really suffer this much? Okay, so this pin's right here. No higher and no shorter. Sorry, I know I'm out of camera right now. I'm just trying to pin this. Could you check my messages on Discord after the stream? Oh, okay. I will do that. I'm trying to get better at checking my messages, but I'm still bad at it. I don't know what it is. It's legitimately forgetting, and or I can't decide if I'm just legitimately forgetting to check messages or if it's like some secret, deep-rooted fear of checking message. I have no idea. Why do I keep forgetting? It's not like, I mean, everybody checks their messages every day except me. What is wrong with me? Okay, so this looks good. The thumb looks like it's in the right spot. Compared to this other piece, too, it looks correct. Cool, so now I'll stitch this together, and then we'll have the front and back of this paw. And then, literally, the next step is to make the paw pads and the claws. Then we attach those, and turn these inside out and just stitch it all together. You got the two pieces that stitch together. Hey, how you doing? Tannerim? Hi! Yeah, I'm making a costume. We're making some, gloves that are like wolf paws. Cool, huh? Here's the back. It's kind of hard to see because it's black. And here's the front. Super poofy. But it's gonna be fun. I love making these little paws. I'm not gonna take the camera over here again because every time I do, I accidentally unplug it. I like how you said you were probably gonna get off and do a second stream later, like 2 hours ago, right? I was like, I should get off, get some stuff done. But frankly, I'm making more progress than I thought I would be. So what I'm probably gonna do is, I'm gonna explain, like I'm gonna do like maybe 1 or 2 of these paw pads, and like with you guys, and I'll explain how to do it, and then I'll probably do most of them off stream, and then I'll come back to finish up like the paws with you guys, because I don't want to be tedious and do like boring part for hours. Also, the Minky, I kind of sneeze and choke on that too. Like the faux fur gets everywhere. It just. It is for somebody's personal costume, their personal character. It's a mascot costume, fursuit, if you will. I have her face back here. She's just hiding. The lighting is a bit dark right now. I didn't make it brighter for her, but cool, huh? So she's just back here. Not that you can see her, unfortunately. If I turn my camera a little bit, maybe. There we go. She's there, kinda. Oh no! She looks amazing. Oh, thank you. I'm really happy how she came out, and I love her squeaker. So cute. By the way, we're gonna put a squeaker in the center of these paw pads too. It's gonna happen. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I do like them. The mascot costumes take a lot of work, but once you start to get into a rhythm, you know what you're doing. It's super fun, and it does take like 8 years, but it's worth it. It usually takes me a few months to make one of these things. But thank you. There's some things that other people do that I could never do. Like, digital painting. I could draw, but boy, to do digital painting and shading, dear lord, it's hard. There's, whew. Like, mad respect for all kinds of artists. Because even though I can do this, there's so many things I can't do. Like cook. I couldn't cook to save my life. Just wear a giant squeaker. Squeak, squeak. You never have too many squeakers, honestly. And my chicken painting, thank you. It's so silly because they're always all looking at you like they're watching. Skelefro, my monthly reminder that I will shower this channel with highlighted love and affection until we get more channel point rewards. Right? I keep saying, oh, I'll add something, and then I never do. Currently, on the list, I have that I need to get the tail giveaway one working, and I need to get the water redeemed. Somebody said, make it so you can redeem water, and I'm fine with that, because I never drink enough water. So that's on the to-do list, but if you have any other ideas, I'm all ears. Alright, give me just a second. I'm going to stitch this and make sure it's in the right spot. Because the thumb is the one I'm worried most about. Just because it's not as easily to tell, like, if it's in the right spot or not. Like, the other ones were kind of obvious, but this one, if it's just a hair too high or too low, it will be wrong. And it won't fit. Literally love that Winchester's a 7-foot-tall beast but has squeaky paws. Yeah, your character costume is the funniest thing. He could be intimidating, but he's also really cute. Like, oh, well, thank you so much. That's really awesome. Thank you so much for supporting me. I will do good things, and I hope you have a good day. That painting is actually a leaked screenshot of Chicken Run 2, the chickening, where they beat the viewer to death. Oh no, the chickening. Chicken Run used to scare me as a kid. I watched it once and I was horrified and I never watched it again. That's all I know about Chicken Run. Except, well, now I'm a little older, I know it was based on The Great Escape, but that's all I know about Chicken Run. Okay, so this looks good. Let me back up the camera a bit. And by back up, I mean just hold it in the air because I can't get it any taller. Okay, so here's the front and back of this outside piece. There we go. So yeah, next part of this is we need to put the claws on. And for this piece, next part of this is we need to put the paw pads on. And once both sides are done, they join together. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Have a good one. That is so sweet. One other thing I'm gonna mention now before I forget is this pattern here. This one right here. This is what you're gonna make a copy of this for the liner. And for liner, you're gonna use some kind of spandex or something. I'm gonna sew this one off stream because I have the worst time sewing spandex. Last time I tried to sew it on stream, I broke like 5 needles. I got my sewing machine all jacked. It was bad. I can't sew spandex. It's awful. I can't get the machine settings right, but I'm learning. It's always fun explaining to non-furs what a fursuit is, right? It's even nicer when the people are like, think it's cool. They're not. I don't know why people wouldn't think it's cool, but I love it when people think fursuits are cool. I love claymation because it is horrifying, right? Scary. Claymation is really weird. I used to be okay with Wallace and Gromit, but not Chicken Run. Never. I couldn't. Didn't Chicken Run have some kind of story that was a lot like Dog's Life for PS2? Something about like... No one's ever gonna even know what I'm talking about right now. Okay, so there's this really bad game called Dog's Life, and it's got a stupid story. Something about turning dogs into cat food or something. It was really ridiculous. Somehow it's still rated E, but I feel like that's giving me vibes of that Chicken Run or something like that. No, it was one of the Wallace and Gromit movies. It was something like that. That's what it was. It was one of the Wallace and Gromit movies. I don't remember which one, though. Yeah, it is a breath of fresh air when you find a nice people that are like, that's really cool. It's very artistic, and keep doing you and have fun. I love that. It's so much nicer than seeing people say, oh, you're a furry. That's what's so fun about going to furry cons, is because you know it's going to be all furries there. And people who aren't even furries go with their friends, and they're just nice about it, and they're just supportive. It's awesome. I mean, I've gone before to cons with friends that aren't furries, and they're just completely supportive of me. They're like, you know what? You love this. I like it too. And they help me carry my bags and help me make sure I don't trip and die and all that. But, big problem, my handler isn't going with me. So, I'm a little bit concerned to fursuit at Anthrocon this year. I'm worried I'm gonna die. Because first things first, I'm gonna have to carry my own backpack with all my stuff in it. And I'm gonna trip on stuff. I always trip. And, just general maintenance. Getting water out for me when I can't because I'm wearing these. It's gonna be hard, and I don't know if I can do it, but I'm sure people have fursuited without a handler before, so we'll see. You thought Clover was a boy before you actually talked to her because your YouTube account is just Bigby the Wolf, right? Like, until you have any context, I would have thought I was a boy too. I know it's so weird because I'm completely she, her, but my character is he, him, and as soon as I put on my costume, call me he, him, call me Figby. It's so weird to explain like that, and it is strange. I still can't get over how everybody in the furry fandom is like, yep, that's fine. Like, that's so cool to me. Because, like, trying to explain that to, like, your grandma or something makes no sense, but, like, trying to explain it to other furries, they're like, yeah, I got you. It's like, it's so cool. You post on TikTok, and been called fatherless a lot because you're a furry. Oh, what? I guess that's a go-to insult for some reason. What? I have never heard of that in my life. Oh, I'm sorry people are bullying you. That's terrible. Yeah, my whole group, something has happened to each person. They couldn't get off work, or they have some kind of summer class. Nobody I know can go with me to Anthrocon, so I'm going. Interesting, right? But there's so many wonderful people there. I know Ren is gonna be there. I'm just gonna meet lots of new people. I'm gonna hang out in the card room, like the cards and the gaming room. Hopefully meet some people. It'll be fine. I was worried at first. The only thing I'm worried about is fursuiting alone, but I think I'll be fine. The solution is simple. Make an octopus suit. You know, I've seriously considered making an Octodad costume cosplay. Do you make those hand paws that have the hidden slits in the palm area for your fingers? I've totally thought about that before, and I've actually really wanted to try it. It's super easy. You just don't stitch the entire thing right here for each finger. You just don't stitch it all the way, and you can slip out. Like, I totally could do that. And I've been tempted to try it too. I just haven't had the chance. Maybe I'll do like a test one for like a pre-made test run or something. Because I've seen people who have hand paws attached to their bodysuits, and the bottom part of the wrist, they can slip their whole hand out. And that's cool too. Like, I like that. What would be ideal is if you had a bodysuit and the bodysuit had it was a zipper right here, just only on the top half. If you had a zipper to zip it to your bodysuit, then if you wanted to, you could just kind of slip your hand out the bottom if you needed your hand. But if you wanted to partial, you could just unzip it and take it off and have your hand paw separate. Or if you needed to wash it or something. That would be ideal. I like coming up with new plans like this. It's very fun. You should have seen how long it took me to come up with the magnet eyebrows. That took me forever. Just the research and development behind that. Yee, honestly. That's another good thing, is that since I'm a black belt, I'm not afraid to protect myself. But in fursuit, I definitely need someone to protect me, because I can barely see, and I can barely, you can't feel anything, and it's dangerous. You can't hear anything either. So, yeah, when you're in a fursuit, it's completely, it's like you need someone with you. Outside of fursuit, I don't mind walking the city streets alone. Even if I was in Detroit, because I can throw someone in 2 seconds. Or take someone down if I had to, but... Okay, so that's this paw. We've got this paw. Now I just need to make the paw pad. So let's get that out. I'm gonna just move this. I have all these fingers laid out over here. I don't wanna mix them up. I'm not gonna start over. I'm just gonna carefully shuffle them over to this desk. Oh, Ren! You can come hang out with my niece and I at Anthrocon. We'll be in our own group. That is so sweet. Thank you. I was definitely gonna at least, see you and visit you for a moment, but, I don't want to, tag on to your group, especially if I'm annoying. Well, we'll meet up when I pass off your fursuit, and maybe we could just hang out for a little bit. It'll be fun. I really appreciate that offer. You're so sweet, Ren. Skillafro worried laughter. I know, sometimes I'm just begging for someone to try to attack me, because I just want to punch someone so bad, you know? Oh, you updated your prices recently. Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I did just update my prices. It's on Twitter now. I still feel so guilty. Like, I know I need to update my prices, but I still feel guilty about it. Okay, I'm gonna grab the Minky that we need. I don't know where I put it, though. I believe it's over here. Give me just a second. Ugh. I'm so sorry if you just saw a close-up of my butt. Oh, here we go. Also, I've been wearing these PJs for like 3 days. Don't make fun of me. Oh, wait, never mind. I changed. I thought I was still wearing the Beast pants. I was like, probably should change my PJs. I forgot I did change. Well, I just outed myself for wearing pajamas multiple days in a row. But who doesn't? Gotta start a list of the deranged stuff Figby says on stream. We should make like a quotes list, because I've seen that before, where you can use your points to like redeem a quote, and then the quote is just one of the things I've said before that's really stupid. And we could just add to that quotes list every time I say something ridiculous. That would be funny. I just want to punch someone. Remind me not to be near you if I see you not smiling. There's a Q bot. I have some winners myself. Oh, quote bot. I said, Yeah, I know. You know what? I think that's where I saw the idea in the first place. It was probably your stream. That was very funny. I was laughing out loud at some of the quotes that would pop up at random when people said that. I know Cyrus made a quotes channel in the Discord server the other day. Really? Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I should have expected that. Okay, so these are all the same size. They're just that sphere, a round circle. So I'm just going to use this cutout piece and trace each one. And same for this one. I'm going to trace this one or this one. It doesn't matter, whichever one you want to use. But this one's a little bit easier because you can actually see how close you are to the other patterns. Clover's inner rage. Clover mad. Go put that in there. Do it. Do it. Okay, so this is really not that hard. So there's two ways you could do this. Let me grab my pencil. Never let Clover's inner rage become outer rage. Not even the sun will be able to cloak that. Clover mad! Just becomes a supervillain immediately. Alright, so there's the two ways you can trace this. You can trace it with a colored pencil, or, you know, like your marking pencil, something that won't run or wreck it. And there you go, there's a circle. Or, what you could do is make another alternate version of this, that's slightly bigger. In fact, let me do that now, just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to trace this real fast. So this, again, is really relying... I almost used my sewing scissors and cutting paper. Whew. Not that I'm speaking from experience. I don't think you've ever seen me truly angry, but it's kind of scary. So I hear. I only get angry when I'm really tired, because I just... You know how everybody has, like, their limit of... Most people, it's like you choose one or the other. Either you get really cranky when you're tired, or you get cranky when you're hungry. And I'm definitely cranky when I'm tired kind of person. So, yeah. I don't think you've ever seen me when I was really tired before, so that's probably it. Alright, so I'm going to show you the two ways we could go about doing this. And this example is for if your seam allowance is not included, meaning you need to put a seam allowance. You need to go and add that extra bit of fabric all the way around. So there's two ways you could do this. You have this circle. It fits perfectly. in here, but you need to make it a little bigger. So you can trace the circle, and when you cut it out, let me cut it out real fast. Oh, I dropped my paper. Alright, really, really rough cut. Because I'm just trying to do this without taking 18 years. Alright, let's just say I cut this whole thing out. So, see how I left that little edge all the way around? That's a perfectly legitimate way you can do this. The other way is, where'd my paper go? It blew away because I used a fan. If you make a slightly larger piece of pattern here, you can just put it down, and you can trace it with a Sharpie, which is so much easier. I love Sharpie, because it actually shows up, and you don't have to, like, go back and forth, make sure it's dark enough. It just goes. Sharpie is boss. And then when you take it off, you just have to cut just within the rim of this, because you want to cut the Sharpie off. And either way, this will give you the same size circle. So if you, whatever way you want to do this, it works. It's just totally personal preference. And I might just use the Sharpie way because I like Sharpie. But this is not bad. Whatever you want to do. Because if you do make the pattern bigger like this, you have to have the ability to make it slightly bigger without being like lumpy or whatever. You gotta be able to draw that perfect circle. So there's that too. You've seen me in less than happy moods and it scares me. Really? Huh. Interesting. Well, I know I am scary when I get mad or tired, so when I'm cranky, that's funny. I didn't think you ever saw me cranky before, but oh yeah, are you you're not irritable when you're hungry, but weirdly I get annoyed easier while I'm eating. Oh, that's funny. Don't bother me while I'm eating. You like your food to be not bothering you. That's funny. I've literally never heard of that before, but that's really funny, I think. Jasper! Fell through Jasper in here. Hi, Jasper. Are you gonna try to get into everything again? Alright, Jasper will take scraps of Minky that fall on the floor and plays with them. He thinks they're cat toys. Like this little thing of Minky, he would play with that. So, one day, I went to the bathroom or something, I left the door open, and he came in here, stole a claw from my hand paw that I was working on, and took it away and ran. I had to make a new one. I couldn't find it. But, like, I found it months later. So, what I did was I made a decoy. I made a fake claw, and I let him think he was stealing it, and now that's his toy. It's in the hallway right now. Oh yeah, I get tired on streams sometimes. It's not good. I can't stay live for a really long time. Food is me time. It's always obvious because you aren't bubbly. Honestly though, sometimes I kind of have to just force myself to stream even when I'm not feeling it because, you gotta get stuff done, you know? And it kind of sucks. I hate that, and that's bad that you can tell. That kind of sucks that you can tell that I wasn't, you know, 100% those days. But I do have to stream even if I'm not feeling it, and it's sad. Okay. So what we got here is the 2 circles. It doesn't matter which way they're rotated because it just doesn't matter. So what we're gonna do is, and there's like a million ways you can do this, but this is the way I'm gonna do it because it's easier for me. Yee, kitty. He's getting at everything. Thank you, Val. Now he took Jasper back. So this is the way I like to do it.
You have 2 cats in here.
I know! Oliver's in here too.
We're thinking of getting chocolate smoothie. Do you want?
Yeah.
You just want your veggie meat.
Yeah.
One. Do you want a smoothie too?
No.
No smoothie? You sure?
Yeah, and I've got chips.
Just the food?
Thank
You don't even need chips?
Yeah, I got my
I think
chips.
no, they don't require you to get chips. I think it's just the same one.
Thank you! I mean, if they do, get
If they do, I'll
potatoes
just
or
get you the
something.
chips. I'll get you your usual chips.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Oliver? Here,
He's gonna bring me food.
Go, Oliver. No, don't look at it. Just
Okay, so there's like two ways you can do this. You can sew it all the way around and leave an opening and then stuff it then, or you can cut a slit in one of these and then sew it together and then stuff it through that slit. And there's definitely pros and cons to either, but this is my favorite way because it causes the least amount of issues for me. So, one out of the two, you're gonna want to put a slit in there. Make sure it's nice and straight, because if you accidentally make it all zigzaggy,